There we go. All right, things were not working quite well. Seems like I had some audio issues, and then it went away. All right, let's go ahead and break things down into this particular 1v1 matchup. Over here on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have Hawk spawning as, well, the red human. Over here on the top left, we have Foggy spawning as the blue night elf. Human versus night elf in this 1v1 matchup, and this is one of the matchups that I really did want to see how it plays out now. Now that riflemen are attacking a little bit slower, that tier 2 rifleman push is not nearly as strong and deadly. Is Hawk going to try and refine that, or is he going to try and come up with a new strategy in that engagement? And I think that's really what I want to see in Warcraft 3, where in specific matchups there are 2 to 3 possible viable strategies that you want to do. You always want the games to become a good, thank you for the subscription. You always want the game to be a good balance of rock, paper, scissors, knowing that you can go one strategy versus the other. But then even though you could have rock, paper, scissors, you could also have a giant rock that is just, you know, so much more powerful than the paper. And that's where micro comes in, or just expansions and other gameplay strategies that you're able to come out ahead. Now, this is Tyrannus Stand, and, well, Tyrannus Stand, Night Elf often likes to use the Warden to try and harass. The Warden is a particularly nasty hero on this map, as the Warden can easily get to level 5 based on the large amount of small, low-level creeps. Once it gets to level 5, you're almost have an incentive to try and shut down any human expansion by just destroying lots and lots of peasants. By continually doing that, you can then get to level 6 and have that Avatar of Vengeance, which is such a powerful hero. One of the main reasons why Night Elves would even consider going for a solo hero. All right, coming across here, Mountain King gonna get a quick finish on that Rogue Wizard. Takes it down. Excuse me. I'm gonna pick up a Cloak of Shadows, I believe. Alright, Renegade Wizard will also get taken down there. We're looking at the Warden, Fan of Knives, trying to finish off many of those units, as the Footman is gonna be able to perhaps back away. Footman, does he get that last shot off there? No. Warden gets the last kill there, and the last shot there, and is sitting at level 1 still. Meanwhile, Mountain King sitting at level 2, going after that Apprentice Wizard now, shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. They creep around. Why are they called creeps, by the way? Always wondered that. I don't know. I don't know. I guess computer-controlled non-player characters is too Warcraft-like and too much of a handful. All right, Mr. Cool Trader Pro, they just stand there peacefully. No, they don't just stand there peacefully. Mountain King walks on over, and let's see what happens first. See, that Mountain King was attacked first. And, well, you know what? Bring the stick to the fight if you are going to be attacked. He was just walking through the neighborhood, and apparently, well, the Forest Troll Shadow Priest did not, or Forest Troll High Priest did not like it. They just stand there. Yeah, right. All right, Mountain King going to continue to walk around here. Perhaps going to try to get to level 3. There you go. Tome of Intelligence being left behind. Mountain King perhaps going to be picking up some items, selling most likely those Cloaks of Shadows, picking up a Staff of Teleportation, and now teleporting off to the north. Where is it going? There it goes, and it is going to perhaps try and look for that Forest Troll Shadow Priest right there. Stormbolt going to go ahead and easily finish it off. One attack, and, well, the Warden says 2 can play at that game. I can teleport to your side of the map, and I can go ahead and easily put pressure as well. There is a little bit of damage right there. Are we going to see a Fan of Knives? There we go, across multiple units. Footman, are we going to see a Tome of Intelligence be picked up? Forest Troll Berserker now making its way over. Peasant going to try to dive on in, and they're going to be able to slip back there as we see a Fan of Knives comes across. All right, Tome of Intelligence. Foggy says, thank you very much. I always wanted to be a little bit smarter, as we're still fighting all across all of these units. Forest Troll Berserker, Peasant. There goes another Fan of Knives, and that Warden is just dealing terrible damage, finishing off so many units. There's a Cloak of Shadows. It is not, however, finished off right now, as the Footmen are just lying in wait, ready to engage again. All right, Scout Tower, Arcane Tower, nearly done. All right, level 3, Fan of Knives finishes off multiple units. And, well, is Foggy going to try and hide once more? Did Hawk notice that it did not blink across the river? And that is the question right now. Force roll. Oh, there it goes. It's going to try and blink. Is it going to be able to blink across? What is going to happen? There it goes. Able to blink down here instead. All right, units now making their way back off to the north. We are looking at this expansion about to be up and running. One arcane tower may not be enough, but that warden is at level 3 after taking down a good number of peasants, making that expansion a bit behind and allowing room for Foggy to perhaps try and get up some druids of the claw and, well, some things from those ancient of lores. Mountain King of Hawk going to finish off an archer right there. Staff of teleportation coming back across as well. Warden now just simply going to run on by and perhaps try and do a bit more harassment. No shadow strike. Going to get some damage in the old-fashioned way, but there is that arcane tower, and that is going to be a problem as the Warden now going to dive on in. There is that staff of, well, going to go ahead and there, well, there's the illusion. Both units are now revealed right there as the Warden going to try and head back. Blink is on cooldown, as is Fan of Knives, as this, what illusion is just going to be, well, try and run back. Ancient of War taking a fair amount of damage, trying to go up against this army of footmen as the Warden illusion now slips on through again. Well, there goes more. And the harassment as the Warden now looking to back up again. All right, harassment on both sides. Tree of Life coming in from Foggy. He will be setting up an expansion of his own. And there is that dual Ancient of Lore that I was talking about earlier. Dual Ancients of Lore, Moonwells. Well, Foggy only sitting at 17 supply compared to Hawk's 35. But Foggy does have a little bit more gold, but nothing that would really explain the discrepancy as the, well, illusion just wandering around on the inside here. Foggy, perhaps knowing that Hawk, because he's setting up an expansion, and doesn't think that Hawk is going to be trying to attack him anytime soon. And this is actually next level, high level play, knowing that, you know what, my opponent's expanding, even though his army is, you know, larger than mine, and he could actually replenish his units faster than me. I know he's not going to try and fight me just quite yet. All right, army 6 supply compared to 18. There goes a Stormbolt right there. Warden, what is it planning to do? Is it having a Fan of Knives blink? All of this is on cooldown currently, and that is the problem. Scroll of Town Portal being forced to use in order to get away. There you go. Warden back at home now, dropping that Circlet of Nobility. Going to go ahead and heal back up as it puts that Circlet of Nobility back on, ready for more action. Well, there goes that Ancient of War getting taken down there. Mountain King, Scroll of Regeneration and Clarity Potion, doing a great job to heal up. Meanwhile, the Warden of Foggy still staying only at level 3 right now. I would have thought that it would have been able to at least get higher up in level compared to that Mountain King, but the Mountain King has been creeping much more effectively. Pendant of Energy dropped by the Warden, so that Warden going to be that much more deadly as well, as that Warden perhaps getting close to 500 mana by the time it is level 5. 500 mana on that Warden going to be dealing so much damage right there, sitting at 475 already, as the Warden still wanders around again. Goblin Shredder sitting at level 3. Well, where is it all going to go? We are looking at a large number of footmen. Tech to tier 2 is done. We are getting up a Blood Mage as that second hero, and now going into a Blacksmith as well, perhaps for Riflemen and Mortars. I don't see any Arcane Sanctums as of yet, but there are plenty of guard towers at the expansion to prevent any, well, too much harassment. Slow poison onto that Mountain King. Mountain King, well, trying to retreat back, taking a little bit of damage over time, but able to shake off that poison as it retreats. Blink, Fan of Knives, Stormbolt, and Thunderclap. Mountain King still using Thunderclap as that makes sense, as the Blood Mage is going to be the mana battery hero. Staff of Teleportation. Mountain King shows up to the party. There is a Thunderclap right there, finishing off a unit, well, finishing off some units. Wisp are now trying to make their way around. Sobi Mask on that Mountain King. Where are they going to go? Dryad showing up to the party, and Slow Poison onto a Footman. That Footman is going to have a bad day indeed as it tries to escape. No, the Dryad looking to back away, as it is looking to perhaps pick up another Dryad or two and then cause a bit of harassment with a drop. All right. Not full. Goblin Zeppelin going to be dropping inside the main base. There is arcane towers here. Blood Mage already out onto the field. We are getting up a couple of guard towers as well inside the base as the Goblin Zeppelin going to be getting into position. I really don't understand why humans don't go for breakers. Humans do go for breakers, but at the same time, in the same way, the spell breakers are not nearly as effective as you would hope for in this matchup. All right, Arcane Tower, Goblin Shredder easily going to get taken down. There it goes, at picking up, and then, well, where are they going to go next? All right, Mountain King, Footman, all of these units are all off over here. We are now going into the workshop. Dryads are all showing up to the party. Stormbolt coming in from that Mountain King. Mountain King can be able to get in some easy damage. There's a big fan of knives, though, as multiple Footmen reconsider their choices and decide, you know what, I really don't want to be that close to a Warden with mana. Blood Mage is nearby. Mountain King could easily get a Stormbolt off. There it goes. Are we going to see Siphon mana? There is that Thunderclap as well, as the Warden going to be forced to pull back. There it is. Going to go ahead and dive on in. Goblin Zeppelin picking up, dropping down as the Mountain King. Is it going to, Stormbolt again? Yes, unable to pick up that Warden. There's more Siphon mana as that is quickly done. Phantom Knives finishing off 2 Footmen right there, but the Mountain King, well, is going to be able to get off a Stormbolt? That is the question. Slow Poison from the Dryad going to make the escape of the Warden possible as the Warden gets up to level 5. All right, Dryads now need to back away as they don't want to be engaging in any of these fights right here. What is Foggy doing? Doing a little bit of creeping down across here. This has got to be a mistake. Major lag, yeah. A very big problem right there as the Dryads just seem to lose control and we're fighting the creeps. Hawk must have thought something was wrong. Maybe he paused it saying, you know what, that does look a little bit strange. There's no reason why Foggy would be doing creeps right there. And I'm not sure who paused. I gotta believe it was Foggy, hoping to, well, get back in control of his own units. All right, Fan of Knives finishing off multiple units here. Arcane Tower in position. Are we going to perhaps get some more damage? Potion of Mana is available. Trying to finish off multiple peasants. All of the peasants are inside of that Goblin Zeppelin. And the Goblin Zeppelin acting as a bit of a safe zone as we're going to be looking at the, well, Mountain King trying to push back away once more. Warden sitting at level 5 has a Potion of Greater Mana, and we're looking at the Mountain King and the Blood Mage about to make their way over. Mountain King could land a Stormbolt off onto that Warden, follow it up with, oh, beautiful dodge. Nope, the blink was not enough. The Warden now back on the other side. It did end up shadow melding in time, though, as the Warden is just going to stay right there. There's a blink. There's a Fan of Knives taking down more peasants again as the Warden is still trying to get higher up on level. Stormbolt once more onto that Warden. Warden going to be in serious trouble trying to get away. Thunderclap slowing things down as well. Spellbreakers joining in on the fight. There's the blink to get past. There's another rejuvenation as Foggy gets out of dodge. All right. You can bend a hammer, apparently. That Stormbolt changing directions mid-flight as that bear is taken down. Mortar Team, Mountain King, able to finish off one retreating bear. Mountain King at level 4. Blood Mage is at level 2. Paladin is at level 1. And we are now adding in a Goblin Tinker for the Night Elf army. Goblin Tinker, curious as to what it's going to think. I think it disjoints if you blink the hammer, but still follows to have no impact. No, it's stunned. It stunned that Warden, I thought, unless it tried to shadow meld the instant it turned around. We're looking at all of that units right there, and we're going to see the Goblin Tinker perhaps get to level 2 here in just a moment. A level 3 and a level 4 being left behind right there. Rockets were stunned, plus Phantom Knives, sick. All right, the AoE damage. Yeah, it is going to be rockets, so much AoE damage to be had. The Warden now going after that Goblin Zeppelin. The Goblin Zeppelin now being forced to retreat back here as the Warden able to deal a fair amount of damage to that Goblin Zeppelin. However, it cannot be poisoned. All right, there's that Thunderclap once more. More Siphon mana into that Mountain King as that Mountain King is now very close to level 5. Level 3 Thunderclap could be on the table. Sobi Mask could have been given over to that Blood Mage as that Blood Mage seems to want a lot of mana or enough mana just to give it back to someone else. I guess it's one of those questionable things where the Blood Mage would benefit more. Actually, no, who has the higher intelligence? Blood Mage is at 22 intelligence. Meanwhile, the Mountain King is at 22 intelligence as well. So the Mountain King, no slouch behind the books, just as smart. But then again, he did leave behind the Tome of Intelligence earlier. So how smart can you really be? All right. Warden now looking to back up again. Mountain King sitting at level 5. Level 3 now on that Blood Mage as they are trying to clear out the remaining center creeps here. All right. Gonna be an easy siphon mana, perhaps, from that Blood Mage. Blood Mage really wants a siphon mana. There you go. Gonna take away all of that precious mana and perhaps funnel it into that Paladin who's currently low on mana. Druids of the Claw, mastery training. We are looking at fairy dragons in the air. They should be able to easily handle or easily mana flare any of the abilities, but we don't see that many casters. We see a single Arcane Sanctum, but that's really been cranking out Spellbreakers rather than priests. Paladin is going to be on major healing duty. He also does have a Health Stone, which should definitely help right now as we're going to be going into that battle. Knights have Animal War training. We are looking at Druid of the Talon Adept training, perhaps for Fairy Fire. And we're going to be looking at the Goblin Tinker. He does have healing wards. How big is this battle perhaps going to be? Mountain King's going to try and engage. Massive number of Spellbreakers. Stormbolt onto the Goblin Tinker. Siphon mana right there. What is this unit doing? There is a big, well, rockets for a temporary stun as the Warden really wants to get more fan and eyes off. There goes an anti-magic potion to try to keep things alive. Mountain King perhaps realizing that this fight is not going well for him. Oh wow, that Holy Light saving that Knight at just the last moment. All right, coming, no stun. Can you see the clip and confirm? I can't see. Nope, just 3 stars. All right, let's take a look. Maybe someone clipped it and let me know if there was a stun. It looked like the hammer bent, but then it could have been a Cloak of Shadows forced right at that moment, or a hide forced at that moment to make it look like a stun, since it did seem like that Cloak of Shadows or the Shadow Melt ability came online a little bit too quickly. All right, Fairy Dragons now making their way down. Dryads, Bears also shifting back down to the south as well. Mountain King is at 5. Blood Mage is at 3. Siphon mana was there. It was weird for sure. The hammer followed, but he instantly fanned and invised. Yep. Without getting stunned as well. Mountain King and Paladin, well, a little bit of damage right there. Dryads suffering quite a bit of damage. Do not want to stick around for that fight. Looking to back up, but there is no weapon upgrades on those mortar teams. It is all on the Spellbreakers and those Knights instead. Units are now looking to make a push back once more. Well, there goes a Flying Machine. A little bit of damage, but the Flying Machine will be able to back away. We're looking at Foggy setting up that third base over here to the top right-hand side of the map. Main bases still have, 3 minutes of mining to go. 4 minutes back down across over here by Hawk. As we're going to be looking at an engagement, 77 supply compared to 78, 3-1 upgrades for Foggy's army, 2-1 upgrades now for the human army, as we also have Roar online, those Druids of the Claw dealing 40 to 70 damage per attack going up against the Knights. All right, in comes the engagement now, more attacks. Fairy Dragons are overhead, trying to cause some problems. Stormbolt onto the Goblin Tinker. Siphon mana as well. Are we going to see the Rockets to try and cast their Cyclone up on that Mountain King as the Mountain King was taken out of the battle temporarily? Dryads now diving their way through. There is more stun again. And that rocket, those rockets able to cause so much damage to multiple mortar teams. And that is the counter to deal with the mortar teams. The range damage from the Goblin Tinker's rockets, plus the blink dive ability on the Warden and those Fan of Knives, able to deal terrible damage here. However, the Mountain King did get up to level 5, and this is going to be a potential problem. Staff of Preservation trying to save some more units, as well 2 bears get taken down with a slow clap. All right, more damage eating their way through. There goes another bear. A Knight of Hawk low on hit points. Is it going to be able to back away? There goes a Fan of Knives, but not finishing off anything as the Warden is currently in trouble, trying to blink away, but the Blood Mage still having plenty of mana to go. Going to continue to fight their way through. Staff of Sanctuary saving right there as Hawk looks like he was the... Well, Hawk felt like he was the victor in that battle, but the overall supply and gold does tell a different story. All right, more guard towers right there. Dryads were caught a bit out of position. A little bit of damage damage coming across once again. Dryads, however, able to get away as they are all pulling back. Mike a bit too low, maybe? I don't know. It should be fine. Let me turn it back up just a little bit off over here. As the battle's still coming through. All right, another fan of knives. Warden trying to finish off more units. There goes some more stuns. Goblin Tinker is here, ready for that fight once more, as we should be looking at level 4 of that particular ability, as the Goblin Tinker now trying to break free once again. Goblin Tinker continuing to back off as well, as the Mana Flare causing a little bit of damage indeed. All right, Flying Machine's going to be able to finish off these Fairy Dragons without much of a problem. Meanwhile, still fighting their way through. There goes another fan of knives. That Warden could be in trouble. Blood Mage goes for a quick banish. Staff of Preservation saves him, as the Blood Mage banished himself and then got Staff of Sanctuary home. Dryads now trying to put pressure onto all of these scout towers and, well, masonry cannon towers as well as they're getting upgraded. Warden now sitting at level 6, doesn't have enough mana, but could end up getting taken down here. This could be very bad news. Trying to blink away, will be able to get back out of this, well, uncomfortable situation. Knights continuing to fight their way through. Staff of Sanctuary, I believe, is still on cooldown, hence the low hit point. Knight and the low hit point Spellbreaker is not, well, going to make their way back out. Bears eating through so many right there, as the Knights are trying to back away again. Spellbreaker easily going to get taken down at the hands of the Bears, as the Bears are dealing so much damage. Dryad, are they going to be able to get a slow poison attack off onto any of those units? There goes another Spellbreaker as it gets slowed behind and left behind. All right, still back and forth again. 65 supply compared to 66. Blood Mage was, I believe he was Staff of Sanctuary. It looks like he's back up to full hit points already. Paladin is right there as well. We need to see more Staff of Sanctuaries used on low hit point Knights, as the Dryads, well, teleports off another unit. All right, Warden says, you know what, I can go after all of these units again. Let's take a look, see what I can perhaps finish off over here, as the siege engines are now out onto the field. All right, siege engines. Hawk trying to build tanks to shut down his opponent. Mountain King going to storm bolt that Warden without much of a problem. Followed up with a Thunderclap. Siphon mana away from that Warden. Warden isn't going to be able to use the Avatar. That is the question right now. Quickly uses an anti-magic potion, as the Mountain King, well, out of mana temporarily. As you can see, that Mountain King going to be able to get off another major Thunderclap right there. There it goes. Damage across so many bears. Are the Dryads, are all of these units going to be able to make their way back out? Mountain King trying to get a little bit more mana. There goes another triple clap across multiple units. Foggy losing bear after bear. Oh my gosh, those Druids of the Claw somehow able to escape. Knight's going to be trying chasing after all of those units. Let's take a look, down to 16 hit points. The Knights unable to catch up to that bear for some strange reason, as we now see an Avatar Vengeance off over here. All right, Knight going to get finished off. There goes another bear again. There's another low hit point bear in the far back. That Knight is going to try and finish it off without much of a problem, as more and more bears are going to be lost here. Mountain King pretty much not having enough mana right now. More siphon mana away, as we are looking at the Mountain King. Mountain King does have now has enough mana for a Thunderclap. Is he going to use it? No, use the Storm Bolt instead. There's the siphon mana, as we are looking at the Druids of the Talon now falling. Foggy really up against the ropes right now, as Hawk is pushing in very far, but Hawk Hawk having about a 20 supply advantage and still continuing all of that pressure as the Goblin Tinker gets taken down. All right, level 4 Paladin using that Divine Shield will end up staying alive. Siphon mana trying to save off more units again. Mountain King is going to finish off. There goes a Thunderclap finishing off a bear. There's a Blink trying to finish off some more Knights as well. Siphon mana onto that Warden, as the Warden going to try and get away. Will be able to do exactly that. All right, Blood Mage needs to give mana to that Mountain King, or perhaps to the Paladin. Paladin needs to heal up that Blood Mage. Blood Mage very low, but then again, so is that Paladin. Siphon mana, Mountain King diving in really deep so far, trying to finish off more of these units once more. All right, Dryad could end up getting taken down here. Spirit, or all of those Spirit of Vengeances going after the Paladin, or going after the Blood Mage. Blood Mage getting healed up by that Paladin, though, as the units are retreating back. All right, transfer of mana and hit points. So incredibly important in this matchup so far. Thunderclap not hitting anything right there. Perhaps the Wisp needed to get detonated, as the Blood Mage once more low on mana again. Mountain King down to 91 mana. Units are going to be backing off, as Foggy is going to end up setting up this expansion back over here to the top right. Paladin looking to retreat back. Foggy pretty much having economic control on this game right now. 48 supply compared to 76. However, Hawk has a much larger army, close to 35 supply difference between the armies. And as Hawk continues to staff of preservation or sanctuary all of his units, we're going to see Hawk's army just come back better, faster, and stronger. But this is going to give time for Foggy to rebuild his army as well. And especially off of 2 bases compared to 1, maybe Foggy can still get back into it. All right. The ultimate ability coming from that Warden, making a very big impact there. The Warden sitting at level 6, anti-magic potion going to be incredibly important to stop that siphon mana from that Blood Mage. That Blood Mage has been able to steal so much mana constantly from the enemy heroes and be able to give it to the Mountain King, which is just translated into more and more damage. We're looking at a 76 supply compared to 64. 2 bases versus 1. It looks like Hawk is ready for the push, and no wonder I am confused. The colors are wrong. All right. No, the colors aren't wrong. They're right. All right, I'm just confused because of positioning. All right, coming back through. Mortar team's going to go ahead and drop down, dealing so much damage. Knights now making their way in. Mortar team's in the back. There goes Siphon or Cyclone onto that. While Blood Mage in the back. Mountain King was about to line up a Thunderclap, but it ends up getting taken down. There it goes, or picked up. Mountain King just diving on through, trying to fight back against all of these bears here. Mountain King still has plenty of mana for a follow-up Thunderclap. There it goes, slowing down multiple units, dealing terrible damage, and it looks like bear after bear is falling rather quickly. All right, couple more shots should end up getting finished off. Avatar of Vengeance already down to 576 hit points. That is not going to stick around for very long, as the Warden also gets taken down as well. Foggy unable to mine enough gold from this gold mine for it to make that big of a difference. And I think with this expansion gone, Foggy knows that time is pretty much up and that Hawk has too much momentum and will end up taking the game. Mountain King sitting at level 6. Mountain King staying nearby, waiting for it. There's the clap, a whole bunch of dead wisps, and how nice of Foggy to allow Hawk to do that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.